Hey Esther, welcome,
How are you?
welcome. I'm doing amazing. I've been so excited for our live.
Me too.
How do you
So many
feel?
things to share.
Yeah, there's so many things to share, and I'm so excited for the surprise that you have for us here in this live. But before we dive in, please go ahead and introduce yourself. What do you do, and who do you help, so that way everyone know who you are.
Yes, so my name is Ester, and what I do is to help sensitive entrepreneurs with their star brands, to create their star brands, to attract, to magnetize their soulmate clients. And so when I see their birth charts, I start getting a lot of information. And one of the things I designed my star method for is to see what are their ideal clients, what transformation they help them with, and how they can magnetize them through their message, through their brand message.
I love that. I love that. This is so unique. I would really love to know, how did you start? Like, tell us, how did you start your journey, or how did you even discover this methodology? And then from there we can dive in about the results you've gotten, and how are you utilizing that methodology for your own business now?
Yeah, so to me it started like when I was a teenager, and I was like extremely shy, and I always had this high sensitivity, right? And high sensitive people have like more active mirror neurons, and so we can feel things more deeply than usual. But usually they told us that this is some kind of curse, and actually I'm here to remind people that this is not a curse at all. This is actually a gift, and to help other highly sensitive entrepreneurs to show up and show up from their genius, and to sell online, right? For their message to reach the people they can help. And so my own journey, it started as a teenager when I was like very shy. I I I was suicidal. I changed schools, and then I got to a point like in university where I was like I didn't even leave the house. So I had this extreme sensitivity, and I was able to overcome it. I learned NLP techniques, I applied them on myself, and I was able to overcome it. But it was kind of forcing myself to show up, but it wasn't from my zone of genius. And so I was able to become a digital nomad. And actually, I already discovered astrology when I was a teenager. That's why I was mentioning it, because it really helped me in that moment to kind of understand people, because I felt like I didn't fit in, and to be able to like make peace and understand, oh, that's why they are behaving like this, or that's why they are doing what they're doing, right? And to kind of understand the purpose of things, what was behind it. And so this helped me to go through it. And then later on, like as I said, I was able to overcome it through coaching, through hypnosis. But I got to a point where I was digital nomading, and it was like, oh, I achieved my dream. I'm able to travel around the world. I have clients. I have a profitable business. And actually I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and I also had to overcome a lot of fears around that, because like all the templates I was carrying, and so on. But I got to a point where, again, I was having a lot of anxiety. And so I was in a relationship that was very toxic. And so I was able to leave that relationship. And at some point, I left everything behind. I went to Machu Picchu. And then I had the spiritual awakening. And when I came back, like it was 2020, and I started losing my marketing clients.
Wow.
And I got to really this 0 point where I kind of lost everything and I started over. But out of the blue, I started getting people asking me for birth chart readings. And this had been my passion for all my life, for 20 years. But I was keeping it kind of hidden, because I felt like, oh, nobody's going to understand this, or how am I going to make a business or make money out of this?
Yeah.
And then, but I started getting clients, and I was like, I love this. And because of my awakening, I wasn't able to come back to my previous personality. I completely changed. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this because I don't want to do anything else. I love this. I have to make this work. But then I started, and it was quite slow, also because of my unconscious beliefs and so on.
Yeah.
So I took all this journey for 5 years, clearing all of that. And actually, I realized how much astrology could help me with that.
Wow.
And I started developing my own system to overcome these beliefs, to clear them, and finally, I also started applying it to my business, to my brand, and started designing it in a way that it could help me really see what's my zone of genius, how I can translate that in my brand message, who I'm here to help, and then actually finally be clear in my content, because I was overthinking it. I had all of these fears, and I finally was able to be clear about it and to communicate my message, right? And now we are actually in Gemini season. It's all about marketing and communication, and we have Basma here in the house, who is a Gemini. And I'm gonna do a little like the surprise. You introduce it, and yeah, very excited about being here. And then I started working with you like less than a month ago, right? And yeah, this is when things really started to go into another level for me.
How did you find me? I know you said you found me through a content on
Yeah,
the Explore page.
on the Explore page. And I was actually at the point where I was like blinders on, like focus, being consistent with my content, and not really paying attention much to other people's content. But I don't know, at some point I was looking for something in my Explore page, and it's like your post stand out for me. Like it was a carousel, I don't remember which one. But it was like, whoa, this woman knows what she's talking about. And then I started checking your content, and I was like binge reading all of it. And then I got into your hot buyers content system. And I love that. I love systems. I also am a systems person. And I come from being super analytical as well. And I was also in the marketing world. So I had that background, but since I went into my spiritual side, I was kind of forgetting it, you know, and I finally was reconciliating with it. And then I read your story in the hot buyer content system. And then I read your story, and I connected with you like intuitively, like she has something for me. Like I felt like she's like an aspect of me that is a really, really, really good marketer, and she's gonna help me like tweak my message, what I need in this moment, because I was like you said, like I was a point where I already overcame my fears. I was consistent, but I needed that, you know, someone else's eyes in my content to tell me like, okay, focus on this, forget about that, and really work together on going into my next level. And you are already are like so beyond me, and to, you know, illuminate the path for me into that direction.
Tell us a little bit about the progress, the aha moments, and the results that you got by working together before we dive into the live reading.
Yeah, so one of the things that I wanted to start with, because this is kind of connected to the reading that I'm going to share with you, because, and this is something that I just shared in the BMQ community, because yeah, I had amazing results, and I know they are just the beginning, but also I want to start like really recognizing myself in that sense of for the consistency. And this is something that I'm not only saying for myself, but also for other women entrepreneurs that are like in this point where maybe not so seen, that feel that they have something to share, but not so many people is seeing or recognizing it. And so I want to start like that, like recognizing myself, because I've never been that visible before, like in the sense of visibility to me is an internal game. So showing up every day, and this is something that was really difficult for me as an introverted, because I rather do many things before, you know, being on camera and so on. and actually, like, I send more emails to my list than ever. I've been posting content, and not just any content, like valuable content, and sharing a ton of stories, which you encouraged me to do that. And yeah, like the level of consistency, it's next level for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's something new to me, and this is actually how you get in front of the people you can help, because if you are not showing up for yourself, who's gonna be showing up, you know? And selling your service, and actually selling is serving, right? So in that sense, that's my first result, to be able to be at that level of consistency, which I never been before, thanks to having someone like you on my side cheering me on every time, and really believing in me at that level. Because sometimes, like, I have a huge vision, and sometimes other people don't understand it, or don't get to see it.
Yeah.
And you are already playing at that level, and I know you can guide me there, you know.
I've been really, really seeing you making big, massive moves, and also trusting yourself and trusting in the process, and also really knowing how to handle the posting and being consistent, and also the inquiries, the sales that you've been doing. And tell us a little bit about the sales. Tell us
Yeah.
how many inquiries have you gotten from that new offer we worked together on.
Yeah, that's an important part as well. Like I was saying, like, first recognizing the consistency, because that's the first step, and then everything else is gonna come as a consequence.
Mm-hmm.
But to me also, it was like mind blowing because in 10 days I did what I couldn't have a part-time job, and in 10 days I already did more than I do in that job in a month. So it was like, whoa, like finally completely breaking my idea of I cannot make a full-time, you know, income from astrology. Like, they're completely broken, you know, like, of course it's possible for me to be a full-time astrologer.
Yeah, I love that. I remember when you shared that with me in the chat, and for me, I was like, yes, Esther, this is just the beginning.